It's 3 in the morning. You're wide awake, aggressively kicking off the heavy blankets, and desperately trying to find a comfortable position. You inevitably glance at the clock and start running the miserable arithmetic. If you fall asleep right this second, you can salvage exactly 3 hours and 42 minutes before your alarm goes off. That mental calculation triggers an immediate mild panic. Your brain treats this impending deadline like a physical threat, which spikes your heart rate and wires you even further. We tend to treat sleep like an app we can force quit, or a switch we can just aggressively flip. But human biology simply doesn't respond to frustration or internal shouting. Falling asleep quickly is actually a mechanical process. It requires systematically tricking your nervous system by manipulating your physical tension and your body heat. By trying to force ourselves into unconsciousness, our anxiety directly fights our biology. The harder you try to sleep, the more efficiently you sabotage it. The first way we ruin our chances is by building an absolute furnace. We assume a heavily blanketed, excessively cozy environment is exactly what we need to drift off. Your core temperature must drop 1.5 degrees Celsius to trigger sleep. Hot showers work because hot water pulls blood away from your core to the skin. Stepping into a 65-degree room evaporates that surface heat, forcing your core temperature to plummet. That rapid physical chill is the exact biological signal your brain is waiting for to shut down operations. If your room temperature is perfect but you're still awake, your daytime routine might be actively fighting your internal clock. Late afternoon caffeine is a primary suspect. Coffee, certain teas, and even chocolate can linger in your nervous system for up to 8 hours, keeping your brain in high gear long after the sun goes down. Physical exhaustion does help, but timing is critical. Doing a heavy workout within 2 hours of hitting the mattress leaves your body in a state of high alertness instead of the exhaustion you were hoping for. Daytime napping also drains your built-up sleep pressure. If you sleep past 3 p.m., you actively consume the fatigue you need to get through the night. You also need to counterbalance the dark. Getting just 30 minutes of natural sunlight during the day is an absolute requirement for setting your body's schedule. Biological sleep readiness is a chemical buildup created throughout your daylight hours. It isn't a state you can just invent 10 minutes before you lie down. Let's say the room is 65 degrees, you avoided the late coffee, and your brain is still completely stuck in an anxious overdrive. There is a physical override mechanism. It's a 2-minute technique originally engineered to help U.S. Navy fighter pilots fall asleep under extreme pressure and severe sleep deprivation. You start by focusing entirely on your face. Tightly squint your eyes and contract all your facial muscles. Then intentionally and completely release them. You force that same sequence downward. You tense and then drop your shoulders. You let your arms go completely limp, then release the tension in your chest, and finally let your legs sink heavily into the bed. Once your physical body goes limp, you address the mind. You let thoughts drift by harmlessly, or if your brain won't stop racing, you rely on blunt force. Repeat the words "don't think" over and over for 10 straight seconds. This military protocol works because it commands complete physical surrender. By consciously relaxing every muscle group, you physically override the psychological panic keeping you awake. None of these biological tricks hold up without consistency. You have to lock in the exact same sleep and wake times every single day, even straight through the weekend. But if you try the techniques, the clock keeps ticking, and 20 minutes pass with you just staring blankly at the ceiling. You have to break the cycle. Stop fighting it. Lying there in a state of frustration only trains your brain to associate your mattress with anxiety and wakefulness. Leave the bedroom entirely. Go find a dim room and do a mind-numbingly boring activity until you feel genuinely physically tired. Sleep is a highly specific biological sequence that requires patience, cooling temperatures, and physical alignment. It is a process you prepare for, not a